I want to talk about Arsenal because Arsenal are on a good run. 9 on the bounce.
9 on the bounce, yeah.
And I sort of said at the start of the season, we had a good debate at the start of the season about what Arsenal could do this season. And so I wanted to I think people can be you can go too far and say the Premier League or whatever. Well, I just want to kind of figure out what success is for Arsenal this season. And let me know in the comments below what you think is success for Arsenal, because I think you've got a squad there that's got, for me, so I'll be the negative guy first. For me, it's still quite imbalanced. I'm impressed with how Emery has got them going, but I think the wins, I think a huge part of it is the fan base, and the fan base have been able to take a sort of like it or not like it when it comes to Wenger. They've been able to go, it's done.
Yeah,
that's done.
Resolution.
That period has been and gone now. Right, we start again. We've got a new guy, and you can have. You're allowed to have not just, and this might be the wrong phrase, not like false optimism or false hope, but you're allowed to offer the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
Whereas I think with Wenger, even if it is 50%, that can ruin it for the second 50 that want to stand by and trust a manager.
Yeah.
And understandably, a bit like my other theory on goalkeepers, that any goalkeeper as they get later in their career, people start to say they've lost it. But it's just because they made a mistake when they were 22, a mistake when they were 24, and a mistake when they were 28, and now they're like, he's got a mistake in it. Because people only remember that stuff. And so when it comes to managers, and if you're not getting the trophies that you want, fans are so fickle that they start to distrust a manager. And I think with Emery, you've seen an improvement, and which I'll let you talk about that. But I think the fans are really stepping forward and doing well, and going, let's give this guy a go. Let's give this guy a chance. What do you think, Seth?
It's interesting to say that there's been an improvement. I mean, this is all views of my own, unless they're yours as well, in which case they're ours. But I think there's a tad bit of fortune so far in Arsenal's results. I think that the additions have been very strong. Torreira is an extremely good player.
Why do you think he didn't play him to start with?
Guendouzi had an unbelievable pre-season.
Right.
And Guendouzi's a very good player. I saw him against Brentford, and I've seen him against Man City. He's very quick. He reads the game well. He uses the ball well, and he carries it as well. So not literally, but he runs with it. I think there's a nicer balance there. I worry collectively as a team defensively, and there is but I think there's a real potency going forwards.
Yeah,
I personally believe that we're looking at the same sort of style and we're looking at the same sort of finish. That's my personal opinion.
In terms of so right, if you look just at fixtures, and you go right, this is Wenger's last season, and this is Emery's first season. Do you think people? Yeah, you think people might struggle to pick out the differences? Yeah,
I think they would if you came down and you to ask. I think it's very similar. I think the whole thing is very similar. But I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that in a good way.
No, but I think that can be a lesson learned for football fans actually as well. Is to go. It's tough though, isn't it? Because you need other. You can't just judge it on wins and losses.
No.
But how much do you judge a manager's ability on media interviews or general style of play? Like how many because if you beat Man City by buying Matt Smith and playing it long to him, do you think Arsenal fans give a shit? So however you get the job done.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah.
And the problem you've probably got is that football managers don't believe in stuff like that now. So you've got to find a different way of winning games. And generally that way is playing football, playing through the lines, those kind of things. And so when it becomes that, when it's a battle of one style overall, maybe I'm being lazy here as well, but you then go, well, yeah, but Chelsea have got better players than you. And Spurs have been around, longer with you, and they've got a very settled squad and a very settled defence. and Man City are the best at that.
Man City are the best in the team.
Let's
be honest.
And Liverpool, see then, yes, I find it is. There'll be a lot of those statistics at the end of the season if Arsenal do what I expect, and I think they've done whatever they've done. The only thing they could have done, which is those first 2 games are going to be difficult. You see what happens. You probably lose. You'd probably lose them. Was it the first 2 games back to back?
First 2 games lost. Yeah, Chelsea away and Man City home.
That's it. But then they had a run of games, and you've got to zone in on that run of games and go, come on lads, this is a chance to get momentum. And I wonder if, say, kind of statistics that suggest that they're overachieving in terms of results, that might actually just be part of the story of them getting to this moment where they kind of just needed that break, that sort of rub of the green, to get those lucky wins, which then lead into confident wins, which then lead into dominant wins. And then you start, when you play the other guys, meeting a Liverpool or a Man City when you're winning 9 on the bounce is a very different story to when you've just lost to Wigan or whatever.
Yeah, I'm sure.
No offence to Wigan. So what is success for Arsenal? Would you be expecting a new manager to come in and to improve a league standing for Arsenal straight away?
Head coach, isn't it now? It's a slightly different structure. I would suggest,
because if Wenger's gone because he's not getting enough out of the team anymore, right? The new manager comes in, you would expect an improvement, wouldn't you? And if you didn't, then that's a failure.
Yeah, I mean, it depends if you're. Yeah, I would personally say that. I would personally say that in terms of league standing, I would say Arsenal would call success making the top 4. I think that would be success for Arsenal. I think to a lot of the fans, it'll still be winning the league because there's massive club, massive
expectations
and expectations. But I would personally say that top 4 with the current climate of the quality of the Premier League.
Yeah, I always said Holloway isn't it, but I think it's a good one. If you get more points every season, you'll get to where you want to be. It's not going right. We won the league. That's it. Then everyone pack up. That's the end of football. You've got to there's the next season.
Yeah.
So if you can keep getting 2 extra points, I think that's the one thing you can say with Wenger is that the points were going down. They were going in the wrong direction. So you can say something there. And so for Emery, maybe you go with the first season as long as it's not a total disaster and there's a bit more excitement for the fans, rightly or wrongly. Then if you get more points than last season, then that's enough because it is so competitive with that top 6. They're all winning a lot of games, all getting a lot of points. But I think if you can get, it was a 6th last season, wasn't it? Yeah. I mean, if you can get 4th, there'd be real celebration, I would have thought.
Yeah, that's achievable. I think it's achievable. Spurs or United dropping, both those two, dropping out. I can't see Chelsea, Liverpool or Man City personally. Yeah,
which shows how well Chelsea have done, really.
Yeah.
I guess it also highlights that is a really strong squad and there's a lot of money that's spent a lot of the time when it comes to Chelsea. But manager who's been able to fit with the players that are there quite quickly for them to be, they look like a clearly dominant team in this league. Do you know what I mean? Whereas I think Spurs, I bet teams probably think, at home we could maybe get something. Same against United.
Yeah.
Maybe same against Arsenal, but with the energy that you're playing, I do think as well the international break was a good time to play. The game before was a good time to play Fulham because I find them a little bit arrogant.
Who?
Fulham. I see what
a lot of good players out as well.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Tom
fair
Kearney
enough.
was out.
But the way they were playing, that sometimes there's teams that go for it, which I applaud, but you need to understand. You need to be ready for the fight, and I think with the amount of money that Fulham has spent, you've got players there who, like QPR did. QPR went and bought a lot of players from here, and they had to kind of battle with us down here, and I think that could be dangerous.
Yeah, could be. Maybe they're guilty of that, but they did have a few players out. They rejuggled their defence a little bit as well.
Yeah, they did, didn't they?
Yeah.
And was it Christie? I think right back actually.
Yeah.
He got slaughtered by Alan Shearer in match of the day. So you're thinking success for Arsenal. We have decided. I'll put a poll card. Let us know in the comments below. What is success for Arsenal this season? Is it a top 4 finish or just more points? Would that be success for Emery in his first season at Arsenal?
You
Let us know
decide.
in the comments
It's your decision.
below. Let us know.